Chat. Last couple of videos we've had fun. The last couple of videos we have had fun. We're gonna end on holy fuck levels of fun. Because chat, we are not at all, Revit. Not at all. We are ending with Pew teamed up with Brandon and Nick shooting a torso with a tank. It is Pew as we have not seen him before. Let's fucking go.
Today on PewView, we are here in Texas at Drive Tanks, and we're gonna figure out what happens when you take one single round from a big scary AR-15 and get a headshot with it.
Jesus Christ!
It's like Christmas, except with death and 20mm.
Au revoir, kid.
Oh my God!
Was that the Lahti?
20mm.
Au revoir.
That's the Lahti. Did Scott bring the Lahti? Oh, baby!
Oh my God!
Oh, baby!
Over here we got a ballistics dummy lab head. We got Brendan Herrera sitting next to it, and a fat electrician because I know nothing about this AR-15 right here. What do we got here, Nick?
Well, this is definitely one of the tanks of all time. This is a Walker Bulldog. Came out late in the Korean War, was used a little bit in Vietnam. Probably the biggest thing it's famous for is when they ripped the turret off, replaced it with two 40mm Bofors, and created the M42 Duster during Vietnam. These guys said that this one was actually in Germany at the fall of the Berlin Wall. But yeah, it should be good for home defense.
We're gonna figure out what it does to a ballistics dummy lab head, just because I've never seen anybody get a headshot with a tank before. And then after we're done with that, we're gonna switch over to the PAC-40, which is firing quite a bit bigger of a shell. We're gonna use that against the ballistics dummy lab torso. So for the tank shots, the PAC-40 shots, and later on we're gonna have some 20mm shots. But of course, it's all gonna be in super slow-mo.
The slowest of slow-mo.
What do you got out
Oh
here?
my God. God damn it, I need the boys are back in town on my soundbite on my board. Chat. We don't just have Pew. We don't just have Brandon. We don't just have Nick. We have
Everyone!
Out there,
jet engine.
Yeah, we're gonna get some backside shots, so to speak, with our ultra high-speed camera, so we'll get to see some of the guts coming out, the torso's backside, super slow-mo, and then we'll
love rearranging guts with back shots.
Have you done it in slow-mo?
It's my favorite. No, I haven't, but I'm ready. I'm willing to try.
I'm willing to try. Yep. So we'll be running probably 30, 50,000 frames per second. We'll see every glorious detail inside these juicy torsos.
Brandon's gonna be on the 20mm because he's got a Lahti and it doesn't work. So
I get to shoot today?
yeah, you're shooting the Lahti.
Hey, my Lahti. It probably works. I haven't tried it yet.
Wait. Brandon has his own Lahti? They didn't borrow Scott's? Oh, sweet fuck. Yeah? I thought that Scott brought his for Brandon to shoot during this shooting. 'Cause, you know, they're all coming together. Oh my God. She.
Ammo.
It's okay, I got my thumb ready.
All right, for safety reasons, they have a cable hooked up on the inside of this to the trigger. There's a lot going on in there, but essentially when we go to shoot these things, I'm gonna be having to stand outside of the tank and yank on a cord and hope for the best, just in case something catastrophic goes on in here, nobody dies. So safety first-ish, I guess.
Projectile's about 15 pounds, about 2 pounds.
Christ.
Yeah, it's basically what you're just holding, so 16 pounds, and then they're about 2 or 3 pounds padding.
Are these reloadable, or are you guys getting?
Yeah, these are steel case. We reload them.
How old is this shell?
1953.
1953.
About how many times has that thing been loaded and shot now?
With how long we've had this tank and shooting her, probably 3 or 4 times.
Oh, that's not bad.
She's still relatively new.
What about the Sherman?
Sherman?
Yeah.
We can probably get 12 to 15 shots out of those cases. So
My
the Sherman's been
God.
shot. We almost shoot her 350 times a year.
The barrel's good for 250
Athenia,
shots. How many times you shot that barrel?
Athenia.
Getting 8 years, 350 times a year, so well over its lifespan.
That's insane. And what is this one right here?
It's your pack 40 rounds, 76 millimeters of goodness right here.
So this is what's going to be going through the torso.
76
Giant
millimeter.
butt plug going about. Is it over 3?
It is. It is. Chat. The next time your partner wants to get a little kinky and wants to try some rear end stuff, suggest this to her. And just say, I need you to just stand about 50 yards that way. And and I'll make sure to lube it up really good.
Going about. Is it over 3,000 feet per second?
Yeah, this is hypersonic, so it's going over 3,000 feet per second.
15-pound butt plug.
This thing's insane.
Yeah, shooter, you'll be basically right here. Grab it in 2 hands, put some body weight into it. This one.
I think it just said 76 millimeter. Didn't he?
Right here?
It's your pack 40 rounds, 76 millimeters of goodness right
Yeah, 76 millimeter.
Pound butt plug.
This thing's insane.
Yeah, shooter, you'll be basically right here. Grab it in 2 hands, put some body weight into it. This one you gotta pull really hard, and trust me, you'll know when it goes off, all right?
Okay.
You'll know when it goes off, he says.
3, 2, 1, fire in the hole. 3, 2, 1's mandatory. What you say after that, I don't care. America, hell yeah. Okay, it's entirely up to you.
Go time!
Everybody good?
All right, Nick's about to give this for a high
Oh,
velocity.
God. Brandon doesn't even have ear pro. He's just sticking his fingers in his ears? Why the fuck doesn't Brandon have any ear pro? What the fuck? Wait. If he wouldn't have plugs, he wouldn't be sticking his fingers in his ears if he had earplugs.
Facelift in 3, 2, 1.
Jesus!
Jesus Christ.
Holy sh-
I think you got him.
I didn't see anything that happened. What happened? Was it cool?
Yeah,
His
it was
shoulders
cool.
are over there.
There was a head.
I could feel that in my nose. Like my sinus pressure just evaporated. That was
No
great.
thoughts.
You got a boner
Empty
too,
head
or?
because
Yeah, a
no
little bit.
more
Okay.
head.
I don't know where the head went.
It doesn't exist anymore.
He lives to shrug another.
That the head has been ejected to a different plane of existence. It is no longer in this dimension.
Day. Dude, that's insane. That would have been a perfect headshot. I gotta see it.
Yep, yeah, 60,000 frames per
Here we
second.
go, baby. Fucking hell!
Oh, dear Christ.
That was a perfect shot.
Jesus!
You watched it crunch his nose in.
That's
Just
beautiful.
the spine.
That couldn't have gone any better. Perfect.
Look at that!
From the rest of that.
Clean!
And the business, I believe, we call that the money shot.
Is that a lobotomy?
Well, now we know.
Holy fucking vaporized it! Holy shit!
Answer the question that everybody has asked themselves. What happens when you get a headshot with a tank? I don't think anybody's ever asked that question, but I really wanted to know, and that was as perfect
No,
as can
you
be.
couldn't
Cannot wait to see
Bombage.
what
You
kind of
could
memes
not.
come out of that. Before we go any further, we need to thank today's sponsor, TacPack. TacPack. TacPack is a
time.
monthly subscription service that sends you tactical gear to your house every single month. In these boxes, you can expect stuff from brands like Mission First
I
Tactical,
want to see that in the
CRKT,
hopefully they got that
Fab
even
Defense,
slower, that
CMMG,
headshot.
Walkers,
I hope to
9line.
God they
It's a
got that
pretty
even
big
slower.
list. TacPack has 2 main tiers. They have the standard and the plus. the
What's up
standard's
with
gonna cost
Nick's villain welding goggles lol?
I'm thinking they're shooting glasses, Revan. That's my suspicions. They're on a range, and I'm suspecting they might be his shooting glasses.
cost you $59.95 ship. The value inside of the box is going to be anywhere from $90 to $120. TacPack Plus is going to cost you $139.95 ship. That value is going to equal anywhere from $240 to $300. Let's see
Oh,
what
it's
you
on
get
their
inside of
channel
one of
for
these
it even
boxes.
slower?
We got
Okay, we'll have
a
to watch
Mission
that another,
First
like, maybe
Tactical
tomorrow.
range bag. Got some Walker safety glasses, a Halo rangefinder, some merch, some AR-15 grips, little EDC pen light from Cloud Defense, some grips from Strike Industries, and of course, a good old AR-15 rail. This is an 11.5 handrail from DRT. So if you guys are interested in
Okay,
having a
yeah,
tactical
we're definitely
Christmas
gonna need
once
to
a
see
month,
that.
use my code PEW at checkout and get a free box worth about $60, filled full
Why,
of
Demon?
EDC gear.
Why would I need to gray out the fake blood? my YouTube channel isn't monetized. YouTube can demonetize me all they want. I'm not monetized in the first place. I don't care.
The link will be down in the description below. Let's get back to it. It's cold in Iowa. I'm gonna go back to Texas. All right, next up we got the Pack 40, and I know absolutely nothing about it other than it's firing. Brandon was nice enough to let us use his butt plug.
Yeah.
So thanks, man.
I'm gonna need
I see it's a little bit dirty though.
14 pounds, bro.
That's the 14-pound projectile? Mm-hmm. That's insane. So what are we firing it out of here? What is a Pack 40?
So the Pack 40 was a Nazi anti-tank gun designed, like I said, to punch through tanks. Really.
So, okay, who was it that said when we were watching Demo's video that they would just aim this up? This was not artillery. This was literally an anti-tank gun. So I was right. To aim it, they literally had to look down the fucking barrel in order to aim it. It was not artillery. It was anti-tank.
Any armor that the Allies had was being shot through with these.
So how fast is your projectile going?
About 3,000 feet per second.
I'm personally super stoked because, like, I didn't know that this was the only functional one left on the planet.
Yeah, awesome.
That's
Really?
crazy.
Oh, wow.
It was already cool. Now it's real cool.
What is the effective range of this thing? Because I've seen somewhere online that it was only 2,000 yards, and that seems insane looking at that rate. Or that round.
I'd say right around a mile or two.
Really?
Miles, yeah.
But I mean, that's a mile or two to take out a
Yeah,
tank
that's a good
still.
point.
I wouldn't want to be 3 miles away on foot.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Well, I'm just
but-
saying, whatever the range is, I'm guessing it's farther than about 15
No,
yards.
no, Jersey. It's the speed of Mach fuck. Let's get it right, gamer.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. Over here, we got a ballistics dummy lab torso, and we're gonna see what the direct shot from a Pack 40 is gonna do to a torso.
There we fucking go, baby.
Getting rid of the in 3.
Nick, I think the term is minor attracted.
Holy!
Yes!
Holy f***ing shit!
Sorry, what'd you say?
That, I felt that one.
Damn.
I feel like I just got hit by a f***ing car.
That literally felt like somebody just went.
Dude, I feel like a
Damn, dude.
giant just slapped me with a mattress.
Woo! That
Wow.
was concussive. How did that feel on you? That had to have sucked.
It felt like the biggest wiffle ball bat in the world just hit my whole front side.
Straight up.
Hey, the head stayed there.
I haven't seen too many diagonal splits like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Fall right there.
Yeah, it was chilling right there.
Jesus.
I was assuming that the head was gonna pop off and do some rocket ship, but
Well, let's go see what it did.
Okay, this is only 3,000 frames per second, but it's very juicy.
Here we go.
Jesus.
Oh,
The head did go
fucking
up.
hell.
Was that thing keyholing?
Yeah, you can see the nose of the round diverted down immediately.
It was already kind of starting to
Yeah,
divert.
and it did the same fucking thing when they did it during Matt's video. Like those things. Look, I'm guessing it's not from the impact. I guess this cannon just either due to age of rifling or whatever. The rounds just fucking keyhole as soon as they come out of the barrel. And Atomic Rat Lad, thank you for the follow.
Just a little bit.
You can see the concussion wave cutting through the air.
That mock cone, yep.
Oh, nice.
It's Brandon's blood club.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Mine.
Thank you for letting us use that.
You were the one that was going to go work for the ATM. That's why.
There's so
Oh.
much blood.
All right, so that was quite possibly the coolest
And,
thing I've ever experienced.
Nipsir,
in my life.
thank
I
you
can't
for the follow
explain the way
also.
that felt sitting next to that muzzle and just not being able to see anything.
No,
right away.
Brian, I would say the rifling doesn't exist. Well, wait, because no, Brian, I'd say the rifling doesn't exist probably because they've used it so much. And it's not like they could swap the barrel out. You know, you forget the age of this thing. God knows how many rounds have gone through it, and they cannot swap out the barrel or, redo the rifling on it or anything. It's just use. Like, I think they said, like, with one of their other tanks, like, it has no rifling. One of their other tanks has been used so much, I think it was the Sherman, is basically like smoothbore at this point. And you can't re-rifle it. Yeah, Mrs. Sherman. The Sherman tank has, like, no rifling left. so it's all smoothbore. And I think this is the same thing with the Pack 30, or the Pack 40, excuse me.
All right, so that was quite possibly the coolest thing I've ever experienced in my life. I can't
Holy
explain the way that
shit.
felt, sitting next to that muzzle and just not being able to see anything right away. It
Jesus.
felt very concussive, and it was really cool. Now we're gonna go down to
And I want to say, I mean, hang on, let me find the slow-mo of it. You know what this reminds me of? Remember in the Terminator when Arnold hit the T-1000 with the 40 mil thumper and it basically did this? That's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of the T-1000 getting hit with the thumper. The way it's like stretched out and ballooned out. And yeah, it's the same fucking kind of impact. It's glorious.
I've ever experienced in my life. I can't
And
explain the way
gentle
that
cat
felt,
senpai,
sitting
thank
next
you
to
for
that
the
muzzle
follow.
and just not being able to see anything right away. It felt very concussive, and it was really cool. Now we're gonna go down to a
Lottie
20mm.
time.
Lottie, Brandon's gonna get on it and pop some heads with that thing because I've never seen a
Oh,
headshot.
yeah,
with a
it is
20mm.
different.
It sounds dope.
4 rounds, right?
Yeah, so this is just good for like rabbit, squirrel, small game, stuff like that.
It's good for mainly rats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Size of a flat screen TV, no big deal.
Kill someone with that.
This is insane. This feels dangerous. Here, you can hold that.
You want to hold it as well?
I think this is the world's first point blank headshot with a 20
Yeah, I was gonna
millimeter
mention that.
Lahti.
Brandon's Lottie, not a heat shield, but handguard, the handguard is solid. Whereas if I'm remembering correctly, no, Scott's was invented, but it is
And Brandon
a
Herrera
bit
is going to be the
different from
first to do
Scott's,
it.
I think.
Rightfully so. This is his state,
me
right?
see
We
if you
can't
get a
just
side
come
view
up
of
in
it.
his state and take his pride and joy. He owns a Lahti, so fair enough.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a quiet.
Yeah, that's what
almost,
that's what I'm
because
thinking
I have
of.
a
Yeah,
Lottie, haven't shot it yet
Scott's
'cause
like
I don't have any
handguard
ammo
was
for
wood.
it.
Here you go, buddy.
And yeah, now I get to take my Lottie virginity, but with not my gun. So that.
Next Zerker, I'm sure Scott has a lot of wood. What, Ladywood Nepser?
That's cool.
So who's the expert on this thing? How do you even load this? What's the crank and skis and...
So basically, she is top magazine fed. And hand crank here is basically roll the bolt all the way back.
Oh,
Then you wind it back forward. At this point, she put the mag on top. Not quite ready to go yet. You get down here, you have your trigger well. There's actually 2 triggers down here. The lower one actually chambers your round. And then you press and squeeze and pull the top trigger to fire.
That bolt release was louder than a small handgun.
It's literally recoils before you fire the gun.
So it's got
And
the...
one thing I'm noticing here, Brandon's Lottie is not as in good shape as Scott's. Brandon's Lottie looks to be in rougher shape. Then, what do you mean another difference? No, Revan, I think Scott's had this too. That's a feature of the Lottie, because that's the boat release. We just didn't get a good view of it in Scott's video of this right here. But I think Scott's actually did have this too. But Scott's is actually much cleaner. Wait, this belong... Oh, I thought they said that he brought this. Oh, he's still being worked on. Okay. Okay, I thought that they said that this was Brandon's. I misheard that. So Brandon has one, but this is okay. I must have misheard them because I thought they were saying this was Brandon's, but it's not. Okay.
And then you press
That
and
makes sense
squeeze
why
and
it
pull
looks
the
kind of
top trigger
beaten
to
up.
fire.
That
Yeah, but he
bolt
does
release was louder than a small handgun.
It's literally recoils before you fire the gun.
So it's got...
No. Yeah, but okay. So Vidal, it works the same. Basically, you crank back. You do 2 crank pulls back, then you do 2 crank pushes forward, but the bolt does not close. When you load the magazine, you have to pull that bolt release that they just showed, even on Scott's, and that's what sends the bolt forward. Yeah, you're thinking that the crank forward was the Solither. You make me confusing the Lottie with the Solither. But Scott's Lottie works the same way. 2 cranks backward to draw the bolt back, 2 cranks forward to put the gears into the rest position, and then to release the bolt to feed the first round, you pull that bolt release, that bottom trigger bolt release, it sends the bolt home and loads that 20mm round into the breech.
Got the offset sights here, so I would assume your point of aim is probably going to be like left eyebrow, maybe. Just send one in that direction, see what happens.
We'll walk her in.
We'll see exactly where you hit though, so that's the cool part.
Perfect.
In high speed.
Ultra high speed.
Ballistic.
High
speed.
Godspeed, Brandon.
Alrighty.
POV, you find that guy that stole your Raptor.
Yeah. I got a story for you after.
All right, clear hot.
Did someone steal Brandon's Raptor? Did someone seriously steal Brandon Herrera's fucking Raptor?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Olive off, kid.
Arch!
Oh my God.
Jesus!
Did you hear the bullet whiz?
I think we got him. You cleaned the skull completely out of the ballistic gelatin.
That's wild. Yeah, I'm just looking at the
Yeah,
Hamlet skull sitting on the ground. Where'd I hit him?
I'm guessing right there where his spine ripped out.
Jesus Christ.
It like literally severed the fucking spine. I think that actually severed the spine. Maybe. Actually, no. It missed. I think it actually missed. Oh, shit, I can't tell. I can't tell. I'm not sure if it missed the spine. I think it missed the spine. Because he's like offset to the left. That's where I'm going, Revan. Yeah, it went through. Actually, I think it tucked in. Because look, the jawbone is still intact here. Oh no, it probably, yeah, right here. Off to the left. And I think the pressure wave of this round is what basically ripped all these bones apart. Just the force of this round just blasting through may have caused a lot of this. And, the fact that the skin is basically just filleted open is causing all the bones to just fly everywhere. Because that's clean. That looks very clean. And I'm thinking if it was a round...
Oh, yeah, I'm just looking at the
it wouldn't be that clean.
Skull sitting on the ground. Where'd I hit him?
I'm guessing right there where his spine ripped out.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, the skull's still perfectly
clean.
Oh, you can fix.
Alas, poor Yurik. I knew him, Horatio.
Clean.
Oh, you can fix that. All right, so Brandon's shot was just a little bit low, obviously offset. Sights in this thing is made for tanks at 200-300 meters, so I'm just gonna raise it up 3 inches from where he was holding and hope for the best. Hopefully we can get a nice centered skull shot, because I wanna see that thing explode. Not that Brandon slam dunk wasn't cool, but gotta try to do it with a 20.
Yeah.
Like Christmas, except with death and
so
20
many
millimeter.
ballistic
All the carnage sitting out
exploding.
here is insane. There's also a bunch of previous carnage over on this side with some blue blood. Never really mentioned, but the reason we're out in Texas anyways is because Demolition Ranch was doing his last video, and we got to be a part of that. So I'm sure by the time this is live, so was that. Go check that out. And shout out to Demo Matt. That was a really good time. It's maybe the most uncomfortable thing I've ever been behind. Is everybody good? Good.
Oh, God! Fucking hell! And of course, fucking Pew goddamn bullseyes the goddamn thing. Oh God! Again!
Is everybody good? Good. I flinched so hard. I definitely closed my eyes. I hope you've seen that video.
It doesn't matter what, but it doesn't matter what fucking gun he's shooting. Hugh is still a fucking aimbot. Oh! Unknown. Yes. Zip ties, I don't care.
Close my eyes. I hope you've seen that video. Me just kind of clench my butthole really tight, pull the trigger. That's it. That's an adrenaline rush. Did I hit the thing? There we go. The chin's still hanging on, so I assume the head is now vaporized. I see chunks and fragments. I have high hopes. Is that the brain? Holy sh! That's like a clear shot through all of these blood-filled condoms.
Oh my god, that's glorious.
That'll do it. All right, that is all we're gonna do today. Shout out to Drive Tanks for letting us come here. If you guys are just looking for like a bachelor party or anything, just go hang out with the boys and shoot some. They have all of this here, and you can just come out and shoot it, which is kind of crazy.
That was through the nasal cannula.
Disneyland.
Or a bachelorette party.
Yeah. What did I say?
Yes,
You know, 3% female audience.
Yeah. There's also going to be exclusive behind the scenes of this entire video if you guys want to go check that out. Go to Pepperbox. I'll put a link in the description. Nick and I also have a
Wait, was that trout?
Entire video if you guys want to go check that out.
Trout. Okay, this is fucking based. Trout shooting the Lahti with a lit cigarette in his mouth. That is fucking based right there.
Go to Pepperbox. I'll put a link in the description. Nick and I also have a B channel over there called Fat Pews. Last week, we even had Brandon Herrera on that channel. So cool things going on over on Pepperbox. Go check it out.
We said a lot of things in that episode we probably can't put on YouTube.
No, a lot of that was like we narrowed it down to about 15 minutes because it was pretty brutal. Pepperbox is the place to be. Ballistic, high speed. Thank you guys for coming out and being in the video.
Thanks for having us, man. Awesome. It's hard to have guns this big without having super slow motion.
Yeah, that's a fact. Those are the rules. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Oh god, that was glorious. That was fucking glorious. Oh, yes, I did 504. I did indeed see Pew's episode of Unsub, and it only proves he really is that fucking good.